We're set to go racing Moto3 style here in the Austrian Grand Prix. We're underway at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg. Great launch from pole position by Danny Holgado, but it's a lightning start by Sasaki as well. He comes through on the pole man, and it looks like it'll be Onju, though, the Turk that will get the whole shot. He leads into turn one as they now sweep through this decisive first chicane, 2A and 2B.
Bit of a bump for Ivan Guevara there into turn one. He went off onto the runoff area. Sergio Garcia is mired in the package just behind Kaito Tobro as we head into the danger zone. Munoz going on the attack already.
It looked like Sasaki and Onju were almost on the grass on the inside there on that run up to turn two. Somehow then, thankfully, all 30 riders have made it safely through that first chicane for the first time. Up at the top of the hill, turn number 3, the highest point of this Red Bull Ring circuit. Guevara trying to recover after that bump at the first corner, picking his way back up towards the top 6.
I said I noticed David Munoz being particularly bold into the chicane. He's already up 5 places. Sasaki, though, into the lead. This is crucial for his strategy.
Here comes Suzuki as well. So Red Bull KTM having a tough turn 9 here on that first lap in Austria, because Sasaki took the lead from Onju and Suzuki pinched third place from the poleman Holgado, dropping down the hill into turn 9. So it will be Sasaki started second. He'll come over the line on the end of lap 1.
Foggia and Garcia have got Munoz for company. You can see him there on the 44.
Sasaki's coming. You can see he was hugging the curb there on the outside. He was clearing 10 there. As soon as he got the notification, he was coming in as quick as he could. We'll try and pick out where he drops back into the field. He's there alongside Yamanaka, a fellow Japanese rider. Here comes Suzuki then. He hits the front now for the first time in this Austrian Grand Prix. High drama, high speed, high stakes as we expected already here in Austria. And Suzuki leads. They climb up the hill to turn 3 on lap 3.
So Sasaki fed in alongside Yamanaka, who was running in.
Munoz, look at this, sorry Lewis, Munoz on the inside of Moreira and Garcia into turn 3.
So looking back at Foggia, he's back in 9th position at the moment. There is a big gaggle of riders fighting at the front, so he's still very much in contention at the moment. He's just been overtaken by Andrea Mino, so there are now a number of Hondas up ahead of Foggia, so he needs to make sure he doesn't get detached from this leading group, because as you can see, there are 4 riders already starting to put a bit of distance into Garcia, and Foggia's teammate Suzuki is going on the attack, going up the inside of Munoz.
Suzuki seems to get really good corner speed through 8 and then good drive out of 8 to carry the momentum over that crest and breaking down the hill into turn 9, where he's been really strong as well. He was able to pick off Munoz there with relative ease. Now that he's on the outside of the 2 KTM. Now look at the slipstream. We know the Leopard Honda traditionally has been an absolute missile, hasn't it? As Munoz! How far back has Munoz come there? That was incredible. I thought he was going to overshoot the first corner there. Somehow, he's got that Boeing Motorsports KTM stopped. He dropped anchor, didn't he? Big time there, Munoz. He came into that first corner 4th, out of it leading. Oh, that was so close. Onju almost absolutely clattered into the back of Munoz there. Big scare for the Turk. He wouldn't have realised how close that was, Munoz. Can he get through on Suzuki into turn 3? You bet he can.
Well, fortunately for Onju, it's not cost him a huge amount as he now tries to lean on Dennis Foggia, which sends him wide again. He's got to settle down here, Dennis Onju.
We're on board now then. I think it's with Guevara, isn't it? There's Munoz. Oh, Suzuki sweeps to his left, chops the nose off of Munoz, and it's Ethan Guevara then who comes out of it. Oh, it's getting a bit chaotic and scrappy at the back. Guevara came out the best of that little skirmish between Munoz and Suzuki. He now hits the front, trying to find his way back on the podium after the bitter disappointment of Silverstone last time out. Now Sasaki is going to go through on Garcia down into turn 9. So on the last lap he made up 3 places from 11th to 8th. He's now inside the top 6. What a ride this already has been by Ayumu Sasaki. Stunning stuff from him here in Spielberg. We're about to complete lap number 10. It will be Guevara with a narrow advantage of 600ths over Suzuki.
Sasaki now through on his former teammate Onju. They made contact at this very corner once upon a time. He's not content with that. He's also through on Holgado.
A 1:41.541. That's snail's pace for Sasaki, isn't it, compared to where his lap times have been. Andrea Mino's got a long lap penalty for irresponsible riding. That's obviously, he was the guilty offender in that incident at turn 3 a few laps ago with Tatai. Sasaki, there he is there now in the middle of your picture, powering that Husqvarna up the hill out of turn 2B. He's now into 4th place.
Yeah, Holgado's dropped back even further. I just saw Ortola passing him in the background, so Holgado slipped back to 10th, so it's all going wrong around this half-race distance for the pole man. We're on board then with Sasaki and Dennis Onju up ahead of us. Suzuki's having a look to try and take the lead, but he's soon going to have his compatriot Sasaki right on his rear wheel.
Sasaki then now, remarkably, just over half-race distance after the 2 long laps. He's now back in the podium places. Stunning stuff. He was leading when he took the first of those double long laps, didn't he, at the start of this Grand Prix, and now he's just effortlessly moving through on Suzuki. Will he find a way through now on Guevara? No, Guevara just a little bit too strong on the brakes up the hill into turn 1, but Sasaki, what was it, 3 laps ago he took 3 places, the last lap he took 2 places, and now it's another 2 spots. He's got great slipstream here. Sasaki's going to hit the front going towards 2A. No, Guevara just keeps ahead of him in the brakes going to the chicane.
He got such good drive out of turn 1 that he was all over him. To be fair, the racing line does take you to the right and then you swing back left for turn 3, so that puts Sasaki on the outside. He's now looking up the inside.
He's gone for it. Sasaki then back at the front. He was the early leader here in this dramatic Austrian Grand Prix, and we are just out of turn 3 on lap number 13, and Ayumu Sasaki, after the double long lap penalty, well, there's double trouble coming for the Moto3 field here, because with clear track in front of him, can Sasaki somehow try and break away from this group? Suzuki still there in second place. Is he going to be close enough to attack his compatriot on the brakes into 2A? No, he's not. Onju and Munoz still right there as well.
And Garcia continues to maintain 5th further back. Moreira unable to launch an attack into the chicane. He is close enough. Suzuki once again. I'm not so sure that's really shaping for a move on Sasaki.
It's
Munoz.
Defensive. Munoz goes for it on the inside of Onju. That was aggressive. There was no way through Onju to turn in there. So Munoz is charged towards a sensational potential first victory at World Championship level. Is game on here on the last lap. Munoz through into 3rd place. 4 corners remaining then for Ayumu Sasaki. 4 corners away from a sensational, stunning victory here in Spielberg. We remind you at the start of this Grand Prix, he had a double long lap penalty. He threatened this all weekend, quick in practice, quickest in the warm this morning on the front row. Sasaki then comes through turn number 8. Suzuki's nowhere near close enough. It's in Sasaki's hands here for the win. What about the final place in the podium? Munoz versus Onju.
It's so close into that penultimate corner. No way through as Onju gets leery into turn 10.
It looks like, though, it's going to be Ayumu Sasaki to take a second win here in 2022. Suzuki's trying to find some drive at the final corner. It's Japan versus Japan, Husqvarna versus Honda, but it's a Sasaki stunner in Spielberg. He wins an unbelievable Moto3 race here at the Red Bull Ring.
Harald Hertz, president of the Austrian Motorsport Federation, will give him a trophy that will take pride of place, proving that nothing is impossible, from double long lap penalties to double delight for Ayumu Sasaki.